Okay, shall we start? So before start the presentation, I would like to all invite you all in the this program. Before that, I just try to explain about our organization briefly. Explain about our organization, what we are, you know, uh, presenting before you, and what is our activity. Actually, Kajol Educare and Career Consultancy is a joint venture of two organizations, the Kinetic Craft Career Solution Private Limited and KNB Knowledge and Business think tank academy, that is LLP group, that is a one research firm consistent with the 7 8 partnered, many of them work in the foreign university also. So we are providing the one-stop solution, provide the training program like the SPSS or any other GIS software or any program, the subject specific or customized program based on the requirement of the client, as well as we provide the research service. Suppose you are difficult to write research paper or thesis editing. Even in the writing research paper, we will not provide everything. So suppose there is a many option, like you can do the you know just a minute, someone is trying to join. Welcome, Silo. So then we will provide many services like research support, not only data analysis, preparing map and also reference system and all. We have everywhere the training program, individual level and as a group, as a team. So in individual requirement we will modify the content, and the most important thing is that our timing is very much flexible, because maximum of our consultant or trainer working in a different universities, private universities or any foreign universities, they are in a postdoc researcher or lecturer over there, but based on their availability and availability of the student, we arrange the course. Apart from that, we are providing different services. Suppose you are planning for uh, join in postdoctoral program in abroad, so you need some guidance, so which fellowship you will going to apply and all. So we are providing everything, mean you can say that is the one stop career solution as well as the academic solution. So there is a two organization, the career oriented thing actually look into the kinetic craft career solution private limited, and regarding the training program and workshop, seminar, certification courses, all are conducted by the KNB Knowledge and Business Think Tank Academy. So this is our the constitution of the organization. So there is a many people. Suppose we can also invite a young brain or young scholar, because if you have the certain skill, you are expert in a particular subject, so we need n number of consultant based on your availability and your skill, so we can recruit you. Because suppose you might be associated with different organization, but based on your availability, we will not providing salaries, because we give the only remuneration, so that any professor also, many professor also associated with us, because they don't have any ethical issue, because anybody can take the remuneration whatever the amount is, that is doesn't matter. But thing is that everybody can associate it and solve the problem. Suppose there is a many student also there, so they are doing dissertation or master thesis, so they require the specific service. What is the benefit of this kind of courses? It's a boost your research activity, or help you to publish research paper. So even in the published research paper, there is a many thing to do, like your reference system to journal style and all, everything is guided by our expert. So if you required anything, you can just contact with us, you can visit our website, you can find everything. So what kind of service we are providing, even in case of the fellowship application, to start with your CV designing, because suppose you are applying for the project, particular project of any university, so you need to emphasize your CV based on your skill, not everything you have did in your life. So that is not an important thing, because we just analyzing your CV, your strength, your weakness, your opportunity, and your threat. Then based on your short analysis, we are providing such kind of the services. Okay, so now I just come back to the main topic regarding the SPSS codes. So I just would like to share my screen. So just a minute. My screen is visible to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so shall we start? Actually, today we will start the first module of our course, that from the basic to advanced, SPSS. This is 16 hour, because in USA or Europe, you can see that everything measured by time, not on the month, or like the, suppose here we can consider there is a 2 month program or 6 month program or something 1 month program. Is not like that. It is depend on the hours, so that we can physically modify the thing, because based on your availability, what I mentioned earlier also when we explain about our organization. So suppose you might miss one class, so you can join in the later also. Even after the class, you can get the video content, and some study material will provide. In the first class there is no study material, because today I just explain what is the interface of the software, what we can do with SPSS. So why SPSS is so important for data analysis? Because many of you don't know about the coding, because um, I just analysis your profile. Maximum of you from the arts background, so someone is from the physical education or geography or philosophy or political science. So you don't have the background of the coding. So if you know the code, don't know the code, so how you will process the data analysis? Because nowadays Python, Java, and the Jupyter notebook actually very popular for the data analysis. So many people use also Python and R nowadays. But why we are still discussing about the advanced version of the SPSS, not a SPSS 16 or SPSS 18, 19? Because after 22, mean SPSS version 22, so all are integrated with the different advanced statistical models. So you can resolve your research problem by using this particular software. Okay, then in the first module I just going to introduce about SPSS. The full form of SPSS, you know it very well, the statistical package for the social science. And the social science, that social science concerned with the different subject, so deal with the social issues. And the in the social science research, that there is a two part. One is qualitative analysis and the quantitative analysis. In the quantitative analysis, when we go, then we require the SPSS. Suppose someone is want to do qualitative research in social science, so they does not require this particular software. Any software, they need different software. They like NVivo is a very good quantitative software, sorry, qualitative software. And the quantitative analysis, SPSS, and the startup, that is I recommend two software. And this is a powerful tool for the data analyzing. So suppose we are discuss about the data analyzing. Okay, not the data analytics, data mining, or data science. Is there is a different layer. First layer is the data analysis. Okay, So first of all, we will start with the data analysis, then we will go for the data analytics, then we will go into the deeper into the data mining. Data mining when it's required, when some data is missing, you don't know, you can predict, you want to predict the thing. Suppose in the data analysis, what is data analysis? Data analysis, whatever data you have, you just analyzes them, you try to understand the pattern, you just understand the situation based on the numerical value, nothing else. This module guide you some basic that the installing the SPSS. Suppose I request SM Faruqi to provide the software to your students and your colleagues, and the student from the geography discipline, they I'm requesting to them collect from the Pradeep Devnath, and those who are from the other discipline, mean the philosophy and political science, I request Farooq to guide them to install the SPSS. So the system
Sure, Istabagda. And one more request is there that please go more with the introductions about the data analysis with the different natures of data. And before going to the advanced statistics, please focus more on the basic statistics so that they can connect, they can breathe with the basic and advanced.
Yes, definitely. I will go into that. The what is the different kind of data and nature of data, how you will collect the data also. Because after we collecting the data, then we come to the software. After the data entry, then we'll think that what kind of statistic we will going to um calculate. But thing is that before you're collecting the data, if you know that what kind of analysis you will do, so that is very much easier for you to your based on your objective, how to make the questionnaire, and also everything you can sort it, and everything you can do according to the your objective of the study and what you want to do. That should be very clear, being a researcher, being a student. So when you write the master dissertation and all, so everything, that how to do all those things. Okay, fine. Suppose you need the computer and nothing else, that must specifically must anything is required, the Windows, any mean the any Windows version you can use SPSS, it is smoothly, and you can obtain the software from the IBM directly. That is the student version, they give the license for the 3 to 4 years. So there is some specific program is not available actually. Otherwise you can also, because this is a paid software, honestly speaking. Suppose we are using some code given by our institute, University of Jidangs is provide the link. So I have the group, the student, I can share with them, so that is not an issue. But sometime when you connect with the server, suppose nowadays the data science is change very rapid manner, because you need not to collect the secondary data. You can collect the data from the web server by web scraping. Suppose I give you one example. So I give you demonstration letter in the different module. One module is there in the advanced SPSS. So there I will show you that how the server we can use. Suppose census data you are use, you just provide the link and write the prompt only, that I need the data of the particular state, like Bihar, age group of 15 to 30. So they just categorize and provide you, and thus you just mark the area, the which district data you required, and also what are the column and row. So everything you can do for that way. So first of all, the installing the software. So Farooq and Pradeep will guide you, and after installing the SPSS, you need to understand the interface. Okay, so today I will show you the some basic interface. So data view and variable view. Okay, so that is the main two interface in the data view. So there is a data sheet like the Excel format, where you can enter your data, edit your data, and in the variable view, so you can define your data. So just few seconds ago, the Padu told that the different types of data. What is the nature of data? So the scale data, whether it is the interval data, and so whether it is the continuous data or it is discrete data, so you should know the variable very well. So and you need to define that, because we might don't know the algorithm, but software only understand the algorithm. This 0 and 1, the binary number, they write some algorithm, the behind the your process, they just run your requirements. So first of all, you need to understand the what is the data. Then that is the basic thing, and the variables, what kind of the properties of your data. Okay. So the and another one is the output viewer. Output viewer is a window, so when you open it, so that will come you the analysis result, table and chart. So there is a basic to interface, data view and variable view and output viewer. So there is a three basic interface. So I will demonstrate you later. First I will just present the basic thing, then I will demonstrate with the software about the variables. Okay. Then data entry. Okay, how you will enter the data? This is very simple thing, just like Excel. So first of all, you just need to define your variables. Go to the variables view, specific their name, types and the properties. Okay, data entry, just input into data view. So ensure the accuracy and consistency, that is very important. Suppose you are there is a point some floating data and the other data, so you should very much careful about when you entry the data. So otherwise result will some miss what is some result will not accurate otherwise, because your data should be very much accurate, otherwise you will not get the proper result. And the save file, that after entry, you should save your file to avoid losing your work in the or future use. And then the file management. The file management is a simple basic tool, like you use the Word file or Excel, PowerPoint, everywhere the file management remains same. So when you go to the file, so you can find the open. So open mean existing SPSS file or further analysis, editing, or you can open the different type of file, like the .csv file, xlx file. There is a few, mean I think there is 38 different kind of extension or different type of the file has been open or added directly in the SPSS software. And then the save file, so that is a very simple thing. You just go to the basic change and the current file, create the new file, so everything you can do. And the import the file, so import, you can import also the different kind of files. Similarly, when you open the file, so similar kind of you can open the text file also, mean txt file, that is also run in SPSS. You can CSV, spreadsheet, or any database, any kind of database has been open in SPSS. And the exporting, when you prepare the final thing, or you just want to share the data with anybody, so you can export the data in the other format to sharing the other applications. Suppose you want to use further into the Stata or any other software like the Statistica. Those are the very popular software nowadays. Statistica is specially designed for the machine learning, future prediction modeling and all. So those are the different things. So you can do the file management over there. And then come to the navigation. Mean you know it very well, that what is called the navigation, and also cursor and the scroll bar, search bar, and the minus. And those are the basic navigation tool that you use when you go to the data entry, select the cell and the scroll to data using the vertically or horizontal solver. So there will be, so I will give the demonstration of the software because many of you don't have the software right now. That's why I'm not, from the very beginning I'm not showing the software. First of all, you just install the software, you just try to open the software, and then next class will conduct it on the Wednesday. So Wednesday I will demonstrate you the next module, as well as the the if any difficulties you face in the first session, so I will just cover up all those things. And the search option, so you can specifically value or pattern within the data, you can search over there, and you just recheck over there and access the various comment over there, and the menu bar and the context menus. So menus is also very important because from here you can find the everything, the different comments and all. There is a short key also, like in word also, like likewise there is also many you know uh, thing, and basic syntax. So sometime if you put the data wrongly, or some wrong way you just analyzes the data, so sometimes you show the syntax error. You are very much popular about that, the syntax error. So what is the syntax? The basic syntax is computing. Why such many error come actually? So when you compute the data, that is very careful. So create new variable based on the existing one. So you are careful when you computing the data. So suppose one row and column is there, so you should be corresponding, the data should the correspond to every row and column. If you miss someone, or if you put the wrong variable properties, so that should come under the syntax error, that is the computing syntax error. And the recode, and the suppose some coding value, suppose you just put code, give you references, suppose you have the database of the some demographic characteristic, like the male, female, or like the different age group, you just give some code, like the male is 1, female is 2. So like this, if you put the code, and when you record the thing, some variables you just miss out. So suppose 0 or 3, that is come under the syntax error, that is called the recoding syntax error. And the selective, that generally we don't use that, the selective option. Selective is a very popular tool if you have the big data, suppose the 5,000 data or 10,000 data, so that time you need this particular tool, that the selective option. The selective case is the sudden condition mean you just specify based on the age group, specify based on the gender, specify based on the anything, any specific condition. So then only you can sort it down the data. If your condition is wrong, so your result will be wrong. Okay, there will be the syntax error, probability of the syntax error. And the frequencies, the generate frequency table, so you need to understand what is the structure. So data structuring also very important. Yes, I one important thing of data structuring, when you prepare the table or data entry, you should remember that the frequency distribution or frequency table is very important. After that, you just, before going to analysis, just run your frequency table, you check whether it is right or not. If it is right, then you can go to the any other analysis, so that will give you the right result. Otherwise, maybe some advanced level, some difficulties you might face, and that will come under the syntax error. And the descriptives, okay. So when you calculate the descriptive statistic, you know that what is the descriptive statistic, the basic thing, the mean, median, like the central tendency, measure of dispersion. In the central tendency, we calculate the mean, median, mode, and in measure of dispersion, like the standard deviation, mean deviation, like that. So sometime you, when your data, you understand your data, that whether it is fit for the mean or median or any other thing, so you need to go for the uh, you know data normalization process. Otherwise it is not give you the mistake, it's give the result actually in the descriptive statistic, that is, whatever you put the comment, just they give the result. But the basic thing you need to know, you need to know your data. If you know your data, then your result will, accurate, and your result will accurate mean there is a high probability to get good, result from your research, and you can publish easily in the very good journal. So data analysis and the pattern of analysis you need to know. So why we are go for the data analysis, why I many times refer the, research paper and all, because either you are a research scholar or student of different discipline. So either you are, you know join in this course. Why? Because you just want to do the data analysis. Okay, first part first, if you are a scholar, there is a different layer you need the data analysis. But not the data analysis, there is a many limitation of the data analysis, you need to go for the data analytics. Okay, for the student, you are writing your master thesis or dissertation, you collect some data primary level, you go to the field, or you just go some test measurement and you just put over there, and what kind of analysis you will do. So this is required for your dissertation or thesis, as well as if you want to level up your skill, or you want to, represent your research in front of the global audience, so you need to publish over there. No one remember whatever percentage you will get in your masters or your phd even I give you my experience also, I just share my experience. Once I was there in Poland, nobody will check my thesis or my whatever score I get in class 10, class 12 or graduation. No one is interested. They just check whether you know the thing or not. If you know, just do it. If you don't know, whether if you have the interest, you want to know, because definitely as a student of social science we don't know many things. And in case of the science and technology concern, so every day that is developing, every day, each and every day that changing the atmosphere, because it's a dynamic science. We need to understand two things: we know something, we don't know something, but we want to know something. But how we know something, because we need to be very much, cautious about our requirement, our desire, our goal, then only we can go into the right direction. So suppose you learn about SPSS, you practice over there. There is might many difficulties or might many limitations. So then you will learn better way. Otherwise, you will after the course, just you will get one certificate and you just get some help also, how to do all those things. But what is the reality? But how you become the good researcher without good data analyst? Until and unless you become the good data analyst, you cannot be a good researcher, because every decision of a research come from data analysis, because your decisions should be data driven. Either or, whatever you can say, in the data analysis part or the writing research paper, as a researcher you should not be biased. You cannot write your own opinion. Whatever you write, based on your data, based on the reference from the other. So there is the basic thing, you should be very much neutral. And in that situation you are more, depend on your data, more information, not data. Many of you can add the qualitative analysis also. In vivo software is there also for the analysis the qualitative data, like the color, like the other thing also, like the gender, which is non numerical data. You can also analysis that thing with the different software also. Okay, fine. That is the basic syntax. Got it, everyone?
Yes.
Yeah, Madan, are you there? I think no. Okay, anyway, so then go to the descriptive statistic. Okay, so in the descriptive statistic, what is descriptive statistic? And also from the very beginning, from the graduation level, so you know it very well. I don't, go into deep that what is mean, median, mode, and those called the central, tendency or topical value. So how you will calculate over there. But why it is important and why statistical software is used? Because of the less time consuming. Suppose you have the big data set, might for the student they might use the 100 or 200 questionnaire, so that is enough for the dissertation. Even in the PhD also, if you go into that, the minimum 400 to 700 is enough for the PhD research. So if you go into the minimum, but if you go to the big data, so big data mean if you focus on the secondary data, collect from the sensors, collect from the national sampling survey, so NSS, and other organization also. So there is very difficult in the household level data and all. So that time you need the statistical software. You cannot calculate manually. Okay, and then the dispersion is the range, variation, standard deviation, mean deviation. Those are the you know uh, dispersion. So you might say that everything we can calculate in Excel. So what is the requirement of the SPSS software? Well, so suppose some question come to in your mind, so why we will do with SPSS? Because this time consuming and the table formatting and the analyzing the report. That software is dedicated for the statistical analysis, and Excel is not dedicated for statistical analysis, that is for the data management actually. Okay, distribution. Distribution is the visualization of your data like the histogram, box plot, and the other chart also. You can also use that chart in in the different software, other software also. I just recommend one software for that is specifically designed for the chart, that is called the orange is a machine learning, and the Naim also very good, but for the Naim interface is little less tricky. But you can use the orange also, that after calculating the SPSS you just connect with the orange, and orange will prepare the chart for you. Okay, then the data preparation. In the data preparation, four thing you need to remember or keep in your mind. First is the check for error. Okay, identify and correct any error or inconsistencies in your data set. Suppose you collect the rainfall data, certain year is might be less, but you should check it once again, so why it is less, or suppose someone is trying to join. So okay, then I will come to the presentation. And second one is the handling the missing data. Suppose you go for the primary or secondary data, whatever data you use. Sometime some data is missing due to some you know mistake, or some data is not well collected from the field. So sometime missing data, there is some technique. Either you can deletion data, otherwise it is called the imputation is a process, that is the interpolation method has been used. So if you have some data from the upper side and the lower side, you can calculate the middle one. That is also based on some technique that is called the Newton forward interpolation method. And transform the variables is very important. In this software, only one thing you should keep in your mind: identification of the variable and putting the right variable into right format. Okay. And when if you use the coding, so very much careful about the decoding and computing, otherwise your result will be wrong. And fourth one is the skin outliers and identify an address, those things that which is influence your analysis part. Got it? Okay, fine. Then the variable types. So you need to focus on that. The variable types. There is a three types of basic variables is there. Then again you come into the numeric. There is many sorry many sub variables or subtypes is there. Okay, so in the numerical variables, what is there? So there is, suppose, age, income, those are the numerical data, so you can put just on the number whatever you will get from your field work or secondary data, whatever available with you. And then suppose string data like the address, suppose your name of the participant, or your survey, mean when you go for the survey, your respondent name, so, and their address, those are the string data, that is just text format data, okay, or character value. And suppose some time of the date of the time series analysis, because we are not going to use the stock data. In the stock market they use the fraction 3 second data, 5 second data. So that is very very difficult for mean analysis with such kind of data, because that is date, and the calculate with the time, that how that is changing. Because even also when you go for the prediction model, suppose those student and scholar from the geography department, they know that the time series analysis and all, suppose the land use land cover analysis over the period of time, so they want to predict the future model. So they need to be very much careful about the data, variables, mean the date variables, time variables, because interval should be same, otherwise result will wrong. Suppose the 7 year interval or 5 year interval or 10 year interval, that should be same. Suppose 7 one change, suppose you consider the 2010, 2050, 2020, likewise there is a difference of 5 years. Okay, that is one pattern. And then if you consider the one data from the 2010, 2012, and then you just suddenly take the data of 2019, there is a no pattern is there. So that time your prediction model might not be right. You can go for the reliability test, but your result will not be right. That is very difficult. Many research paper is there based on the different time series data analysis, and also that time variable types would be very very important. And the data manipulation mean it's not like that you just randomly enter the data. Here data manipulation is something else, that is the sorting the data. Suppose sorting the data mean the one or more variables, you can sort the data based on the ascending order or descending order. You can split the file. Suppose there is a different group, so you need the one specific group, you want to analyze this for a specific group of variables. Okay, suppose physical education student, they know the calculation of the body mass index, BMI. So they required three, four, three, I think so. The body mass index calculation. So different variables. So they collect from the different age group or different group of student who are not from the physical education background or physical education background. So when you grouping the variable based on their, specific condition. So suppose go for the school, so maybe the class 10 mean age group, so you consider the 13 to 16, 16 to 18, or 16 to 19. So likewise when you grow the speed the group and separate the group, and just you can understand the there is any significant difference among the group. So that is when you go for the ANOVA analysis or any kind of group analysis. And even there is a multiple group, so you can go for different analysis also, that group A, group B, group C. So that is called the canonical correlation model. So canonical correlation, there is a, when is the multiple groups, you can also correlate with the group 1, group 2 and group 3. So and the filter the data. Filter mean when you exclude and include something with the data set. So that is called the filtration. Filtration process is very important for the big data set, because I think you are not yet handling the big data. So if you analyze the big data, I mean the 4000, suppose those student from the physics basically, so they are handling the data of every day in the temperature, and also even in the hour basis, the 24 hours data for 30 days, for 360 5 days throughout the year. If they analyzes the data of the temperature change and all rainfall data or precipitation data, I mean, so they required, different file, so merge them into the single one, otherwise it is very difficult to analysis, and they need to filter the data, otherwise it is very difficult. Sometime your syntax error might come, because you cannot manually check the all the data whether that is correct or not, because that is the big data set. So sometimes some manipulation or the filtration process is required. So this is one kind of, tool. And thus then we will come to the graphical part. Many research paper, there is not only table, there is a graph also. So in the graph preparation, so if you see the, out of the box graph, not like the common graph, so you need to prepare some out of box graph, so that will create some value. Okay, like the bar chart, there is a different bar chart is there, so you need to learn how to prepare the different bar chart. I mean, research is, very interesting thing. So you need to just narrow down your requirement. So suppose there can be one presentation how to prepare different bar graph. So I can take, your 2 hours to only discuss about how to prepare different bar graph in different software, even in the Excel, how is it different, how to customize that thing. So that is called the graphical exploration. Much beautiful graph you prepare for your research paper, thesis, or anything, your requirement, uh, so that will give you the added value. Okay, so suppose this scattered diagram or scattered plot, you just see the, it's just like in the, your computer, it's called the networking analysis like this. So this is also a significant value. So in SPSS there is a sudden pattern. So you can prepare suppose bar, histogram, scattered plot, box diagram. So there is many thing you can do. So I just give some demonstration with the software, so you can easily understand the, the where and how to prepare the graph. And then come to the your research part. The first thing of your research, what is a hypothesis, and how you test your hypothesis with SPSS. That is most important thing, because there is a two model, is the whether that is a null hypothesis or it is the in one, in two, in three, hypothesis, alternative hypothesis. You go for that. So first of all, there is state of your hypothesis is very clear, defined whether it is a null hypothesis or alternative hypothesis. Okay, and the select the test, the appropriate test, it is very important. So in this particular area you require the knowledge of the basic statistic, mean in which condition we will go for the analysis mean, and which condition we will go to, calculate median. Even in my research, when I did my PhD in Tripura University, that time I also faced such kind of difficulties. And I remember the day where, I discussed with statistician Dr. Somrat Hor. So, sir, how we understand that when we go for the data, whether it is go for the uh, mean or go for the median or mode. So just tell me one thing, just go for the normalization, the data normality analysis. So it is very difficult. I was there at a PhD scholar, not the student. I don't know how to calculate the normality assumption. What is normality assumption? That's very difficult. And sometimes you feel difficult to ask your, senior or supervisor, sir, how to calculate that thing. So certain level. So sometime I also felt difficult, and again I just asked, sir, how to calculate that thing. Sir, to go for the QQ plot, and there is a many method. So Alexander Anderson Darling test is there, Sapiro work test is there, case test is there. So casually I learned all those thing from Dr. Hood, and then I understand then when you have to analysis, go for the mean or median or something, and only based on that I published one paper in Q3 journal, that is transport, I think the transportation, published from Italy. So only based on the railway data I collected, and the what is the method of data analysis. So that is also very important to understand your data. That is when you know go select the test. So I know the software, that doesn't mean I will just run the every statistical measure over there. No, you need to understand your data and understand your hypothesis, what you want to do. Got it, everyone? Hello, are you there?
Yes,
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 sir.
yes, yes.
Okay, mean till now what I am discussing, do you understand the thing or not? This is a very basic, just mean about the data
Yes,
and
I,
all. Okay, Silo, any Tilottama, do you have any queries?
Yes. No, no, it's clear.
Okay, Rumi, dot there, Madan is there. Okay, fine. So let's go to the presentation again. So then the check the assumption. So what I discuss about regarding the, I just tell the story about my life. So that is the basic thing, but I know how to calculate the correlation, regression and all. So I know that ANOVA and COVA and all, but the time I really, I honestly confess to you that I was the second year of my PhD, I think so, in the 2018-19 years before COVID. Actually, we just discussed with Dr. Ho. So that time I don't know how to go for the data, assumption, mean normality assumption. This is basic thing, very basic of your data analysis. First of all, you need to go for the data assumption, then you select your measure, what kind of statistical thing you will go for the analysis. Okay, choosing the set, and interpretation of the result is depend on your hypothesis, because it's a cyclic relationship. Because how you represent, when we talks about the statistic, so you need to understand statistic is a science of manipulation, not manipulation, you can say the science of different model of interpretation. Because based on your requirement, we will select our method, we can modify our method, and that we just go for the significant analysis, the why it is significant, why not it is significant, and the which method or what kind of data mean changing, or no, not just data change, or model change, or method, alternative method if you use over there. So there will be the different prediction model, now that is come under the data analytics. First of all, you need to interpret your data, what is given, or from the table, from the chart, what you have find over there. So you just write all those things, that is your interpretation. and from there you need to come to the conclusion that whether your hypothesis has been proved, mean whether it is a null or alternative hypothesis. So you need to come to the conclusion and then start the new research, that whether if we use the different data set, what will be the result, if what if the different methodology will there, so what if, so then you will go for the what if analysis. So that is come to the data analytics tool. Okay, so for the data analytics, actually SPSS especially for the data analysis, not for the data analytics. There is a one software what I use for my research, that is the NIME, KNIME. So that is a machine learning tool that is specially dedicated for the data analytics, and for the data mining you can use Orange and all. Okay, and the parametric test. So you know the parametric data and non-parametric data. I hope you know all those things. And the for the parametric data or parametric test, it is called the t-test. Okay, what is the t-test? T-test mean compare between the two groups. Suppose one male and female, so if you comparing who are performing well, so suppose you just give some tasks like the sitting, like the running and all, so you just compare between the two groups. One is a age group of 13 to 16 or 16 to 18, so in this group, so you just compare with that group, which group is performing well, and the comparative mean we calculated over there. And then come to the ANOVA. ANOVA, we use that comparing means between the three and more groups. T-test for the two groups. Okay, three groups mean three age group or three social group, whatever you consider. So you can go for the ANOVA analysis. Suppose Modon is here, say, he is working on the social development of Tipura. So there is a different social group like the Tipuri community, Riyang, Jamatia, Nuatia, and all. So if you have the data set of the all communities, of the income or their occupational choice or their other socio-economic parameters, so you can go for the ANOVA analysis, and then you can come out with the comparative mean. So whether that is there is a significant differences among the groups or not. Might be all tribals are, there might be a hypothesis that all tribal group of Tripura have the similar kind of lifestyle or socioeconomic condition. That is a hypothesis. So if you collect the data of their economy, and if you found that there is a significant differences between their income, uh, uh, that's mean, so there is a different there is not a homogeneity of the group, rather there is a heterogeneity in the data set or their socio-economic life. If you find that Dallang community, their population number is very less, but they are highly educated. Maximum of you can find, during my times when I was there in Tripura, so I found that many of officer, TCS officer from the Dallang community, so they are highly developed. So there is a significant differences among the Riyang and other communities. So your hypothesis is not proven. So then alternative hypothesis you need to go, that why it is not significant, and then you go more into the data analysis. The beyond the data, as a researcher you need to see the thing beyond your data level. So that is very much important for your research, not only data analysis, because today is the first lesson. That's why I am taking more time on the clarity on the research, that why data analysis is required. Because when we go for the software, you just put your data and get the result. So that is not the basic thing. That is only is required for your research paper or thesis. But first of all we need to analysis. Okay, so how many of you know about the normality assumption in this group? There is a 10 people, so please, Sankar, do you know that how to calculate the normality assumption?
I know a little bit. Pradipta told me.
I mean, after joining in the Tripura University, you just little bit of
Yeah,
a thing you just know about, okay. And
yeah.
anybody else in the group? Modon? Okay. Rumi, no. Thank you. Thank
No,
you for the
no, sir.
response. Okay, maximum of you don't know. That is the basic thing. Okay. So, Paruki request me that Sabudha start with the very basic thing, because many of student is very new of the this kind of the interface, and some scholar might know, but that is no manually, or they might use right now, because they can know that case test or Sapiro work test or Alexander Darling test, but you need to go for the efficiency measurement, that which test is better, and the which test based on the which data set actually. Okay, when you select one test, whether you go for the Sapiro work test or you will go for the case test, which one is the best? So that kind of research has been required for the specifically research scholar, like the Silo, Sankar, Tilottama. Though you just focus more deeper in the thing, not just the basic, because I start with the very basic. Okay, but when you go for the data analysis, I will taught you all the thing that from the very basic, how you go for the normality assumption, even the graphical one, that the QS QQ plot, the quantile plot actually. And the correlation. Now come to the parametric test, correlation and regression. So correlation, there is a measure between the two continuous variable. It is very important to understand the two continuous variable. Okay, not the discrete variable. That is a two continuous variable you can correlate. Okay. Suppose for the geography, I give you the basic example. So suppose rainfall and temperature. If rainfall is increase, whether the temperature increase or decrease, and vice versa. When the temperature, if temperature increase, whether the chances of the rainfall increase or not. So you need to go for the correlation between that. Correlation is represented with the R value, and you need to go for understand the P value. We mean probability value, that the whether it is less than mean confidence interval. So it is the basic statistic you need to understand, that what is confidence interval. Mean when the p value is less than 0.5 is good, when is more than 0.5 is good. So you need to connect with your hypothesis, so it is very important. And then regression analysis, the model, the relationship mean the there is a three type of relationship, whether there is a but for the regression analysis you need the two kind of the data set. One is the dependent data set, one data is independent variable, independent data set. Okay, so x-axis and y-axis, there is a two kind of relationship actually we try to establish over there, whether there is a positive relationship or negative relationship, or there is a at all, there is a no relationship at all. Okay, so there is the basic parametric test you need to understand, and for that you need to understand your data set. Okay, then go for the non-parametric data set. Okay, non-parametric data set, in that time you go for the rank based thing. Okay, test based on the rank instead of the raw data value. Suppose 30 student in the class, so you just give them rank based on their marks in any particular subject, and based on the rank you analysis. So that time the rank based analysis, there is a many, even in the geography there is many method is there, rank based paradox method in the urban ranking and the city ranking. So those are the ranking that are based, because they did based on the non parametric data set. And the median based analysis, suppose when the data set is the non parametric, that time. So I just discussed earlier that when we select the mean and when median. So mean based analysis is when dataset is a basically parametric dataset, and the median based analysis when dataset is a non parametric. So compare the medians instead of the mean. when the data set is a non-parametric and the distribution p mean data set is not like does not measure of the specific distribution pattern. Suppose I give you the time series data, there is an interval, homogeneous interval, and there is a no such pattern 1 2 5 7 9 16 15 2, like that kind of, that is a distribution free data set. Okay, so that is the non parametric data set. Okay, and the correlation, now come to the more deeper into the correlation analysis that is very much required for the every almost every research paper and the dissertation, all of you. So in the correlation there is a three kind of correlation we will discuss over here. And the Pearson correlation, that Pearson R, so measure of the linear relationship between two continuous variables. Okay, that is the Pearson analysis. And when there is a rank and other monotonic relationship between two rank variable, so suppose rank of the class subject A and subject B, so whether there is any relationship or not, so that is called the Spearsman correlation analysis. And the partial correlation, that is measure between the controlling the other variables, whether there is any other factor in the X factor of the research, so measure those things, that the it is called the bivariable analysis and the partial correlation analysis. Okay, so basically in your research when you work with the continuous dataset, you will go for the Pearson R, and if you go with the rank correlation, then go to the Spearman correlation. This is the basic thing. Okay, and then the regression analysis. Regression is a simply your three kind of regression we analyzes in the SPSS. First one is simple linear regression model, that is the one dependent variable and one independent variable. You just go run into the model yc is equal to a plus b, yc is equal to a plus bx. Yes, so you need to do that analysis, the simple correlation. Then you come to the multiple linear correlation, when one independent variable and on multiple independent variable, one dependent variable and multiple independent variable, so that time you require to multiple correlation linear regression model actually. And the logistic regression model, when you will go when the categorical data, I mean based on the continuous or categorical predictor. So there is a two type of data set when you will go for the practically. So I will taught you that one data set mean the different region or different categories. Suppose category A is the developed region and category B is the underdeveloped region. Suppose in the Indian state you categorize into different group. So three group based on the economic, mean GDP, and other thing is population per capita income, and also you can analyze the categorize the data. Okay, and then you just compare the growth potentiality or the predicted. So your predicted will be the GDP. So and the relationship with the other variables you need to calculate with the regression model. So that time you should go for the logistic regression analysis. Got it? And then we will go for the ANOVA. Okay, so most of the physical education scholars, so they very much aware about ANOVA and ANCOVA. So they are every of you, so they use that model. One way of ANOVA, two way ANOVA, and the repeated measure. So and the ANCOVA is a combined ANOVA with the regression and the control of the covariant. So you need to know about the all the terms. So the what is the covariant, what is the regression, combination of the ANOVA, controlling variables, dependent, independent variables. Many research scholars might know little bit of the thing, but more deeper way you know the variables, properties, characteristics, and all. Otherwise, your statistical, package, mean when you use SPSS or Strata, not give you the right result, or you will not able to explain your data in the right manner to write the research paper. So you need to understand the basic statistic before practicing SPSS. So one way ANOVA, when we use the one way ANOVA, the compare mean of the dependent variable across the multiple independent group. Well, and then we'll come to the two-way ANOVA, the examining the effects of the two independent variables. So examine two independent. Remember, this is the very very crucial term over there. So when we use the term the one way and two way is a compare a dependent variable across multiple independent group. Okay, and for the two-way ANOVA, examine the effects of the two independent variable and their interaction. Got it? And repeated measure, so analyzes the data with repeated measure on the same subject. So what is the subject? So you need to understand very well about the your subject, your study. So what is the subject? The same subject mean that you consider few student for the your study. So those student are your subject. So and your participant for the social science research, they are your subject. And ANCOVA, I told you that the combination of the ANOVA with regression model to control for covariant. Got it? And then we will come to the data transformation. Data transformation is a basic tool in SPSS. So in this tool we use the record variables. Suppose new category, new group we will create, so that time we use the record variable from the data transformation. So and the compute variables mean the applying the arithmetic and the logical operation. So that time in some calculation, and also that is called the compute variables. And standardize data, transform the variables to the Z score and the standard form for the standardization of your data. So Z score analysis, you know that how to calculate the Z score, maximum minus minimum divided by mean, I think so, yes. So calculate the standardization process, and then you can understand whether your data is right. And the handling the outliers, so it is also important that how you fit over there, and reduce the influences, those things for the data transformation. Got it? And the data assumption, I told earlier also that the normality measurement, the many tests to assume the normality distribution. Before going to data analysis, first I request everyone, every of my students, so who are learn statistic from me, because I suffered with the normality analysis. I know that is why it is so important, because once you try to publish research paper in the very good journal, in the top Q1 Q2 journal, so research scholar, if you know targeting all those journal, big journal like the annals of data science and all, so you need from the very basic, you work from the very basic. Even the same model, one paper has been accepted in the annals of data science, that is also we use a similar kind of basic method, that whether the efficiency of different normality measurement. So like the many tests, I give you example of the case test, Sapido walk test, Alexander Darling test. Three test is very popular based on the critical d value. It's called the critical d value. So you need to calculate all those things and all. And the homogeneity and heterogeneity of the variance, you need to understand that thing very well. So what is the homogeneity and what is the heterogeneity of the dataset? So homogeneity mean the equal across the group. The variance are equal across the group. So that is very important to understand whether there is a homogeneity and heterogeneity. And the independence observations should be independent for the each other. That is very important for the assumption, data assumption, and linearity. When it is the normality fit the normality assumption, then you have to check the linearity is very important for the regression model and the relationship development, because relation between variables should be linear, or it is parabolic, or it is curve or s pattern. So there is a many model is there, so you need to understand the linearity of the relationship. Okay, so there is a direct relationship or there is a different pattern of relationship. Then now it's come to the subject of the scale of construction. So maybe from the next class we will discuss about deal with the data. Before that, define the construct. So clearly define the underlying concept or construct. We say in the statistic, you say that the construct of the scale. So one to measure concept is should be very clear, each and every one, and generate the ideas, develop the pool of the idea, question, reflection, what you want to do, that should be very clear. Because many of you just not yet start the research process, you don't have the data set also, so it is very difficult to practically work on the SPSS or the statistic or the data science. It is very difficult. So pilot testing is very much required, whether when you go for the big data analysis. Suppose you were a researcher, we go for the pilot study, that at least 40 sample is required for the conducting the pilot testing and the refining, reducing number on the item, and also to understand whether there is a relationship and or not. Then only you just check your questionnaire, go back to your concept again, try to relate with your hypothesis, then you will work on it. And then come to the finally assess the reliability. When you come to the calculate all the thing and assess the internal consistency, then you will go for the reliability, whether you can rely on the final scale of the data or the analysis, yes or no. So and the validity evidence. So based on the, so when I told you that being a researcher, you should not be biased. You should learn that gather the variance of the validity of the scale. So you need to understand. So validity evidence. Okay, and the data visualization technique. So earlier one slide I used that the data visualization, different pattern, different categories, and the how you can use the AI tool even in a data visualization technique. So how, I mean, nowadays SPSS data and the SPSS try to integrate with the AI tool, because now we are discussing about the AI, but I'm working in University of Jidangs. Their maximum students are working on the machine learning. Everywhere they try to use the term machine learning and they're working on that, because the research mean that not everything will be there. The sketching from the zero. Suppose you are working on the partial machine learning, non-partial machine learning. What is the prediction? Because your data is visualized and your data has been analyzed well mannered. Now the question come into data analytics. Now the question into the method. The method mean the model. So there is a difference between the conventional method and the machine learning based method. So the different tool that they leverage the technique. So and but data visualization even in the SPSS, that the transfer your complex data set into meaningful insight. So you can easily understand the rainfall or anything, any data set. So socioeconomic development or any particular mapping, and also you can also easily understand from there. And this is the basic presentation about the visualization, up to visualize from the data entry to the data visualization. This is the you can do with SPSS. So now we will demonstrate. Before that, I will just interact with you, so whether you understand the thing or not. So just okay, stop sharing. Okay, so Silob, are you there?
Yes.
Yeah, Silob. Do you have any queries regarding the presentation, so I can discuss on that?
No questions of right. It was clear and simple to understand.
Okay, Tonma is there. Okay, I didn't see you. Hey man, how are you?
I'm fine, sir. What about you, sir?
Yeah, I'm good also. So nice to see you. So anyway, Tonma, do you have any question?
No, no, all clear, sir.
All clear. So you need to work on the variables first of all, so you
Of
understand
course.
your data. Then
Yeah.
statistic is very very easy. Just I demonstrate the software, that the interface whatever I discuss in the presentation. So that
Yes,
is
sir.
not that might not be very clear to you. So I just demonstrate the basic that it just take your 10 to 15 minutes for the demonstration of the software. I just present my screen first.
Sure, sir.
Yeah. So first of all, SPSS, you just in your search box with me, that is 26.
I'm fine, sir.
Okay, so just let it open. So just yeah. So I told you in the presentation. Where is the presentation? Just a minute. It is the information brochure courses SPSS. Okay, just a minute. First of all, when I talks about the interface, okay, so I told you that there is a data view, variables view, and output viewer. Okay, so output viewer, when you go for the result, that time you can get the output viewer. First of all, data viewer, here is the data viewer. Okay, and there is a variable viewer. In the data viewer, you can enter the data. First you need to go to the variable. You need to set the variable. Suppose variable one is a name of the respondent. Suppose name. Okay, name. It should be very much continuous. You cannot give the pace over here. So suppose name, you can put underscore, or you can write the continuous way name or of participant, or sorry, sorry. Suppose this is a string data. So just click over here, and one kind of variable types. So it is important over there. So when I go for the presentation, I just mention over there. So there is, you need to manage and the properties of your variables. Okay, so it is a string data. Go to here, and then it is put in the string data. Okay, character, suppose name is much more, that stu data than more than 8 character. So you can put it over here, just 20, something like that. Even you can full thing you can write over here, name name of the respondent. Okay, got it. This is your, then there is variable label. You can put the variable label 1, 2 or 3, mean the value you can put, you can label also. Even if you don't use, you cannot do like this, you just remain blank. If they are missing data, so you can work on that. So missing kind of the discrete data, no missing value. If there is a missing value, so you can put the range. Even the for the discrete data you can put the highest value and the lowest value and the discrete value, so they will calculate one missing data level. So that is different thing. And the columns and the row and left alignment or right alignment, central alignment and all. And measure, that is the normal or ordinal data and the role of input and all. So you can also find over here, suppose in the second thing you can put the age. Okay, age is a key numerical data, right? Numerical data, put it. Okay, the decimal number is not required over here, so you can put over here age, nothing. Values you need not require. Suppose if you the group, so then you can add over here. So suppose value 1, so mean less than 10 years, or you can put over here like the less than 6 or 10 year. So you can put it add. So you can put 2, that's mean the 10 to 20 age group. So even you can put the 3, so that's mean 20 to 30 age 20, sorry 20, sorry, it is 3, it is 3, value 3. And 20 to 30, 30 30. So you can add over here. So that is a categorical data. So it will be like that. But if you not use, so you can just put the same in whatever you can get the result in your questionnaire or all, you can just none value. And the measure, that is the scale, nominal, ordinal. So age group, there is a you can go for the nominal, because you need to understand kind of analysis. Okay, scale data mean when you go for the ranking and all. Suppose subject score. Okay, suppose someone is going for the physical education, suppose in the jo- the okay, so numerical number is numerical. So there is a decimal number, it is a score on okay. So there you can put the uh, ordinal data also, you can categorize the data also. So even there is a 1 to 5. So suppose score mean good score, bad score, moderate score, you can put it scale mean when you go for the different range. Suppose before just put it here, just go to range. So suppose 1 mean less than 50, add. Then 2 mean 50 to 60, 60. Then 3 mean 60 to sorry 3 mean 60 to 70. And 4 mean 70, 70 to 80, add over there. And 6 mean not even, this is 4. So you can also edit the data, just click over here and then you just recalculate and re-added. And the 5, so it is more than 80. Okay, change. Okay, okay. So this is the database. Now you have to go to your data view. You can see name, suppose student A, student B, student C, D E, like just like Excel. So Excel, you just write over here, there is a no variable properties, but here only you need to go for the variable properties. First you have to set the variable properties over here. This is your variable properties, got it? So then you just put over there the age, like the 26, 24, 24, 27, 23, 22, then again 24. Okay, so suppose the scale, so he might get the 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3. So kind of the skill if you put over here. So suppose add you another subject. So suppose here we add the yoga, and even you can add another subject like the athletics, like any other thing, like suppose special paper, like the you can add the so that is numerical. And the so you write score, skill score, football skill score, the value none, and that is the nominal data set. Okay, so you just put the number over here, suppose 65, 68, 60, 72, 7, 59, 84. Okay, got it? You know how to presentation. I first taught you the interface. So clear, it is the data view and variable view. Is it clear? Okay, fine.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, it
Yeah.
is.
So you can empty your data very easily. Got it? Then what you learn from the next, the data empty. So just a minute. Yeah, define your variables. Already I just defined the data from the variable from here, from type of data, whether that is a numerical data or string data, or a dot data, I mean the scientific notation, date. Basically we use that three thing, the numerical data, string data, or date for the time series analysis. Okay, the three uh, most usable variable type we generally use over here. Okay, fine. Then we define the you know width, mean character width, mean like the 20 character, 8 character, 9 character. Just a minute. So those are thing, the decimal. So suppose score does not require the decimal. Suppose here first you look the decimal, the point figure. Okay, you just put it 0, put it 0. You can see 0 is removed from here. Got it? Got it? And then those are the values, even it is the categorical data, so
Yes.
you can add the thing like the level 1, level 2, level 3, and you can put over there. Even you can put the gender also. Suppose you required another table of add here. Okay, so you can insert a variables like same like Excel. So like you put it here gender. Okay, gender. Okay, so that is, suppose if you put into the string data. Okay, string data, it is put here the gender. So here you can put over here one. Suppose you put it male. Okay, add it to male, female. Okay, female. Okay, got it. Add it. Okay, done. Come to here, you can see the gender. So you can put it here 1, 2, 2, 1, 1, 2. Got it? So you can put like this. Suppose you want to make it the central alignment. Okay, so suppose the all data should be central, so you just go to here. So alignment, you should put it the central alignment. Central align, and sorry, go to here in the central alignment. Central alignment. Okay, then find central alignment, go to here. You can see everything is centralized. Okay, so in the Excel there is a no such kind of this variable view, variable properties. You cannot define the variable properties. Got it? But in SPSS, that is the special thing you can learn over there. Then you will come to the next topic what I discuss about. Then the data entry is completed. Now save file. Okay, go to here again. So you need to save your data set. What need to do? You have to go here, go to save, just save it. Control S you can do, and the final data set in your desired location where you want to save the file. So you can save anywhere, um, wherever you want to, you can save over there. Suppose I just put a save it to desktop. So it is, I just put the L1 lecture 1 data. Okay, you just put it, save it. Okay, so suppose desktop, so just a minute. Otherwise I will not able to use okay, so you can add a folder over here also. Create the folder. Suppose here we use the data. Okay, so put it here, and then save. So this is called the, when we discuss about this, no, where the output viewer, this window is called the output viewer. You can see the output one, document one, spaces viewer. Okay, statistical viewer. Got it? So even they say the path mark is will be there, the where is there, that saved in this kind of file. Okay, you just got it, no problem. You want to save output viewer? No. Got it? Until save you understand. Then you go to file management. So you need to open, save, input, everything, export and all. So you can do from here. So from here you can just go over here and put it the open file, the data. So data, you need to go over here. So you can see the data is there, L1. SAV mean the file extension format is like this for the SPSS. Okay, or ZSAV, two kind of SPSS statistical format. Apart from that, you can open the 38 I told you, I think so, that the portable data, POR, Excel data, CSV, text data, Stata. SAS is the Stata, and the other format is one wave format is there. I just forget. That format is the SD7, SD2, SD1 from that, and the Stata.dld database in the, when those people in the GIS background, they know the this kind of database folder and all. So, and the Lotus, Squark, and the other supported file, there is a total all 37 format is there. So that is also supported over here. Okay, SAS format is there. I mean, SAS Planet is one software, so that is very good for the data analysis. SAS Planet for the partial data analysis actually, so they use over here. So this is the basic open data file. From where you will get, from the just open over here, create here, just data, then you can run. Okay, then the save file, then import file and export file. Okay, fine. So for import, then again you have to go to the file manager. So first of all, import. Import mean from the other format. This is for the new dataset from the SPSS or Excel, CSV, text, SAS mean the SAS Planet. You can say SAS statistic, Stata database with the partial dataset you can add over here. Just a minute. Hello, hello. Hmm. Hmm. Okay, okay, okay. Got it. Okay. So, fine. Then, okay, my sound is okay. Then, fine. We will conclude within 1 minute. So then you need to go to the export dataset just to understand the file management today, because you just need to go here. Just in the file manager there is a export. So even in those file you can export in different way. Even you can also export into PDF file, even in the PPT, everything you can export over here. Okay, then you can directly print over here. This is the basic file management. There's the similar kind of thing you can get from the other, interface also, in the other version of the SPSS also you can get. Okay, one by one we can discuss in the next class also. Next Wednesday I will send the link, and Farooq will be there. He also coordinate with the student of physical education and all. So you will just join next class. So I hope you understand little bit of interface of SPSS. Yeah, Tonmoy, would you like to
Hello.
say something?
Sir, actually, I have lost my uh, data connection.
Oh, okay, okay. So I will continue with the next class. Mean Wednesday, today is 5. Wednesday will be 8. 8 in a same time in around 7:38 we will take class again, and we will continue where
Yes,
we
sir.
conclude today. Okay. Anything, Haruki?
Yeah, Istabagda, I'm listening. Anyway, thank you so much for your wonderful presentation. That was nice to hear you again, once again, after a long gap. And I hope our students and other students, those who join tonight, they got the idea, whatever you have suggested about the basic and advanced introductions of statistics that is very necessary for the researcher and also for the dissertation students.
Yeah.
So I am requesting to all the students, those who join here, to make this program and kind of interactive session so that you can get more understanding about the different needs and different methods that you can employ it in your own research work. Once again, thank you so much, Istabagda.
So see you in the Wednesday.
Yeah.
Anybody have any question, queries, and anything? Otherwise, I will, conclude today, and then we will start Wednesday again from here only.
Dada, you told about the activation key of 27 version of.
Do you
When
have
will
the
you get
27?
provide?
Do you have the software?
Yeah, I have that.
Okay. So
Well,
you
I
just
need the activation key because some plugins are not working. Right now, I'm using the cracked version. That's why.
okay. I will share with you. Just open one day. You just fix the meeting with me, and in the team viewer, I will install the software. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much.
Okay then. See you in
Yeah,
the
good night, Istabagda.
next class. Okay, bye.
Mm.